how cool does Luffy get? And I don't want you to tell me, send me a timestamp of a time where Luffy is literally like overpowered. Like this moment is where I know that he is king of the pirates. And then a follow-up question to that is, do you actually think Luffy is the strongest in all of like the pirates that he meets? Do you really think that he's king of the pirates? Or do you really think that Zoro or Sanji, because I'm gonna think these are the only two other people who could be king of the pirates, or even Ace maybe? But I do want to know, because I'm only in Skypia. Send me a moment of how cool Luffy gets. Like, I want to see it. I want to be able to click on it and be able to know that is the king of the pirates. Who is this, and I'm gonna add an extra one, and this, and do I like them? And that is all one question. I am literally on episode, I'm gonna put it right here because I actually don't know. Starting from there, give me 5 episodes and catch me up to Egghead. Does Zoro actually ever like solve Tashigi looking like his old friend that died? Like, is that actually ever solved, or are they always just kind of missing each other, or is Zoro just really good of avoiding Tashigi? I think about that. That's like that's an honest question. My last question, and this actually might deter me depending on some of the answers that I get, like whether you send me a timestamp or not to show me the answer, or you just type your comment down below of answering my question. My last question is this. Does the crew split up, and does it hurt? Because I think the crew is absolutely perfect as this. Like, I didn't even want Nico Robin to join, and I know there are other members of like the Straw Hats that join the crew, but I know eventually like they gotta split. And I'm wondering, like, does it hurt? Does it ever go back to feeling like how this moment felt in the anime? Because if it doesn't, I'm just not gonna think that One Piece is actually ever gonna be good, because that one moment sold me on how great One Piece could be. So do they split, and is it bad, and do they ever get back together? Those are the 5 most pressing questions that I have that actually make me excited, and that I don't actually think would spoil anything for me. Like, eventually I'm gonna meet those characters, eventually I might know, but also I'm like, I'm okay with like the anime being spoiled for me, only because reading it is very different from watching it. Thank you for answering my question. Put those timestamps down below, and if you just want to answer it with a comment, that would be absolutely amazing. And then I want to be able to put a video together of all the timestamps that I think are really great. Like, I can't wait for a timestamp of someone showing me like who this guy is. Like, I would love to see how anyone like, oh, this guy, he does this. All right, guys, thank you for watching my video. My name is Temperance, and I'll see you in the next video. So long, Hotman. Like, if there was a person who solely just watched like One Piece, and there was a person who solely just read the manga, and if those 2 people got into the same room and talked, they would actually have like 2 different stories. Like, the person who only like have watched the anime and was like, oh, I didn't even know that it was a manga or that it was a book, I thought it was just an anime. If they had never like just watched or read the manga, they would know so much more about like the story of One Piece than the person who just read it. Because there is filler, and like, filler is not bad if the storytelling is good, but it's just not in the manga. Like, there is like whole seasons that are just like not in the manga whatsoever, and I've discovered this so far. Like, the story is the same, but the pieces are a little out of order, and then of course the anime adds a whole bunch of other things, but I'm kind of fine with that if the story is good. Filler is only bad when the story is dumb, or if it changes the story altogether. But I so far do trust the people who are in charge of the anime, because Oda, who's in charge of the manga, doesn't have actually a lot of say or like a creative hand in the anime. And what I mean by that is that the anime has like 5 different directors that are in charge of it, and then Oda is like the manga artist, and they're obviously influencing each other, but the story would just be so different, and you would know so many other things that the manga reader would not know. And for staying until the end, I have one more question, and not because I forgot to record it, but one more question is, does Nami and Sanji ever work out? And if it doesn't work out, does it work out with Zoro? That's a real question.